So VUCA is the flip side of this Sun Tzu Art of War. Now, if you feel that there's any time you can't bear and you have to ask the question, please feel free. Right? Now, I'm going to go into, prior to that, I just want to let you know, I was an ex-banker. I worked 30 years in the bank. I left the bank 10 years ago. So it's about approximately 40 years of experience that I'll be sharing. I do a lot of soft skills. Of course, a lot of technical programs relating to banking. I worked in 5 major banks, local banks, British-based, American-based, Chinese-based, and also local GLC-based. So this is where I'm going to put in a lot of my experience here. Right. Without further ado, let's get started. Stop me if you feel that I'm not making sense. Yeah. No. So there's still people coming in. Understand the need to create and maintain organizations' competitive advantage. Now, I would believe that, oh yeah, one more thing I forgot. If you guys are asking me questions, you just have to say that, oh, I'm Linda from Pakistan, or I'm Fauzan from ABC Bank. At least people know where you're from, or it gives me a sense of, the background that you're coming from, right? All right. The need to create and maintain organizational competitive advantage. You must know these 2 words called, I'm going to type it into the chat room, and all of you can access this chat room, competitive advantage versus competitive parity. Anyone would like to help me to, clarify these 2 words? Competitive advantage versus competitive parity. Anybody would like to just, to start the ball rolling? What do you mean by this? If anybody would like to give it a try? Linda, you want to give it a try?
Could it be something that we have, but it when we versus target market, maybe? Parity. Yep. Could be target market.
Yep, I would say that you are partially correct. Thank you. Now, what about one more person? Fauzan. Fauzan, would you like to just give? It's all right. I'm not. This is not this is more of a play, but more not making fun of people, but we are learning. Fauzan, would you want to give some light about this word competitive advantage and competitive parity?
Competitive advantage and
parity, the one in chat room.
I can only see the competitive advantage only. Oh, competitive advantage versus competitive parity. I have never come across the term competitive parity before, but competitive advantage is, from what I understood, it's a circumstance that lead us to have advantage against our competitor. For example, we have a factory very near to major port. So location-wise, we have competitive advantage.
Yes, yes. On the spot, Fauzan. Bravo. Now, thank you, Linda and Fauzan. Competitive advantage in bahasa is called keunggulan, something special. It's like all of you working in an organization. Why do you think that people will say that is something special, is like something that stands out? And VUCA is the concept that helps you to go on to that now. Competitive parity, just for your information, is all the same. Semua orang ada. So if you talk about ATM machines, all banks will have ATM machines. If you talk about online banking, all banks will have online banking. There is nothing special about you. Now, again, you will see that where we are coming from is, as seniors and decision makers, we always tell people to look out for this competitive advantage, which I'm going to go in. Now, how do you build your critical thinking ability? Critical thinking is like dalam masa-masa kecemasan, on the spot. Now, let me give you one simple example. Is like why people need to think critically. If your kid is having a fever now, you can't wait. Your mother is not feeling well, you can't wait. There's a punctured tire, you can't wait. So critical thinking is your ability to react, and therefore for all of you, there's one word that you like to take back with you is this word: crisis management. Now, again, just now we talked about the people from, just using the example like Parkson Retail. Hey, you know, if you're not meeting your KPI and boss forces you, you got to do something about it. So this whole thing, advantage, parity, is how you manage this thing called crisis management. And we are in crisis right now. So let's move on, yeah? So these two parts we're going to go in. Now, I would like to find out how many of you know what VUCA is. Let's do a poll. I want all of you to get into your, your laptop or your phone, and then we will see. What I wanted to find out is, have you heard of VUCA? Yes or no? Barry, over to you. All right, good. So let's see. Wow. Okay, good. I have about 89, quite a number. I would say that quite a huge amount of people here who has not really heard about VUCA, and we are still going on. Let's give it a while. To be honest, Kelly, I like that. TBH, is it to be honest? No. It's fine, you can put privately. I'm also fine with that. It's all right because, well, you can call it a new concept and old concept. So let's get on, because you're here to learn. And then, all right, okay, I won't use the word learn. I don't teach adults. I provide the platform for you guys to experience. You take away what you feel it is, right? All right, I'm going to end this poll. So we have about 89% of the people who doesn't, who says, 91% who says they have not. And a good, we have a good about 10% or 11% who says that that's yes. All right, let's move on. I'm going to end this. Now, VUCA is VUCA. Look here. This is where I'm going to go on. The four terms. Sorry. Oh, sorry. And another poll question. Right. So are you ready to face the future? Okay. First and foremost, let's see how you are. I'm talking about both physical, emotional, work, and personal. Very interesting. Okay, 78, about 80%. Yes, you're ready to face the future. It's about about 1/3, or rather, no, I have about 20%. 81, 22. All right, good. So about 80% of the people say yes, they're ready to face the future. About 20% says no. Great, guys. So let's see how are you going to take this on, yeah? So I have two items down here now. Look at this. What is VUCA? So also for understanding sake, I would maybe intersperse with some buzzwords. VUCA, volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. This is a big headache. Volatile, which means that there is no proper form, like the water, sekejap. Wherever you throw it, like orang kata volatile, normally you use it on the word, things like water, okay? Volatile share market. And we do not use any of these terms on a human being, remember. You can't use to say that a person is volatile, tak boleh lah, macam lalang. No, it's a wrong term to use in the corporate world. Now, people who are uncertain, you cannot say you are an uncertain. I cannot say that Fauzan or Hanis is an uncertain people. Wrong term use. Uncertain is situation, uncertain in decision. Complex. Now, complexity tu in bahasa is called rumit. Okay, it goes like that. Bila benda tu tak ada a proper shape, dia tak ada rupa yang sebenar, volatile, dia akan bagi you a lot of uncertainty. Macam benda-benda that you don't even know left or right. Dan bila ini berlanjutan, dia akan merumitkan situasi. So it goes into complexity. Dan bila situasi tu menjadi rumit, ambiguity tu tak tahu nak pergi kiri or kanan. You don't know whether you want to go left or right. So these 4 items hit us all at the same time. So this is where you all got to really be very clear. What is this VUCA all about now? Now I'm going to get to the real part of it, right? Look at this. Now, there's this new term called abnormal. Ladies and gentlemen, your new norm is not about, the corporate new norm is not about wearing a mask and washing your hands and social distancing. That is social. The new norm in an organization, I got to be very frank with you, it could mean losing your job tomorrow. Now, the people in the bank, right? No, this is not a secret. Citibank is exiting their retail business. It's because they felt that it's not, it's a direction. But we all know that it's because sometimes when a section of the business doesn't make money, they will exit. Now, HSBC, I'm not sure any one of you is from there. You see that they've announced of closure of so many branches now. If there's also another thing that the government has announced that there will be like 400 or 500 branches to be closing over the next 3 to 4 years. Now, again, if you watch my cursor in this particular item, yeah, pre-pandemic, maybe let me take you back a year or more. Maybe just in November or September 2019, everything is all right. We have market stability, we have planned activities, we have planned revenue, and then everything is mostly on track, which means that you and I can go back for at least a good night's sleep. So this is pre-pandemic. Then November 2019 onwards, December, January, February, then things got worse. So everybody was panicking. You see that because of that, sudden drop with no preparation, basically totally no preparation at all. If you remember, March 16, they announced the lockdown. March 18, it is in action already. Now, any one of you here, all the people seated here, if you are in IT, you know what I mean, that going through hell in that 2 days, trying to get everyone on the same page. That's where there's a sudden drop. There's a crisis. We all went into crisis. Everyone went into the coffee shops have to close, the market have to close. Basically, it's not Malaysia. The entire world sort of slowed down, and you all have seen a lot of things in the YouTube about the air becoming cleaner, the river becoming, clearer and stuff like that. Now, then, do you know that because of this, we may get into this thing called global depression? Now, recession is certain part localized. Now, let me tell you, if Malaysia in recession, it doesn't mean that US got to be in recession. Tapi just say that if Germany is in recession, it doesn't mean Malaysia must be recession, because recession is only to a certain area. Now, depression, for your information, I'm going to put it into the chat room. Now, just put that to everyone in the meeting. Yeah, depression happens once in 1939. Remember that about 100 years ago, global depression happened. Now, 1939, for all the people here who reads history, if you remember, 41 is World War I, 43 is World War II, 45 is surrender and dunia become aman, it is peaceful. 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. It took about 8 years for the entire thing to come back together. Now, assuming now we are very advanced, it takes half the time, 4 years. 2021, 22, 23, 24. Why is it that we will get into this particular situation? That's where VUCA needs to come in for your mindset, is because we will not be looking at anything getting better. Although the pandemic may go away, it may be under control, tetapi kerugian telah dialami. The losses have already happened. I'm sure, people from retail, banking, and all, dengan moratorium semua tu, it has actually put a hole in the pocket of most organizations. So therefore, this particular item, that's where you see there's a huge revenue gap, which means that benda-benda yang kita dah plan, it's not happening at all. Car sales, everything retail, except for makan minum. Now, Then you have resource issue. Resource issue bermakna kadang-kadang orang tu they are lost, work from home. Kita ada 10 orang who is work from home tapi productivity dia macam 3 orang je. I don't know whether you agree with it because it's very difficult to manage people working from home pertama. Kedua, Wi-Fi problem. Ketiga, cloud, VPN, stuff like that. Now, this present situation, you look at this curve will never go above this sebab kerugian telah berlaku. There's no way that we are here. Okay? Now, unknown and the new norm from today onwards, maybe 1 or 2 years from now, it's unknown, unprecedented bermakna tidak pernah berlaku, you got no benchmark, and it's a game of chance. So it's like a game of chance that's going to happen now. We know that when we they are the 3 top companies in Malaysia, okay, that's doing because of the vaccine. You have like Hartalega, okay, just for the name, Hartalega, Supermax, and Top Glove. Now these are the ones that protected us, that did a lot of work for us. Okay. Now I just want to ask any one of you to use the chat room to give me this answer. All the companies around Malaysia, the world, Air Asia, you talk about Virgin Airlines, Pizza Hut, retail, semua tu is going down. There's one particular company in this world, the share price went up because the people have changed their lifestyle. Anybody would like to give an answer to that? It's not Malaysia company, it's a worldwide company. Repeat, there are lots of companies in this world. In fact, many companies in this world have gone down because of the pandemic. But however, there is one very unique company whose business went up many fold. Anybody would like to give it a try? Just type it in the chat room, or you can put it you can put it on Netflix, Zoom, Google. Nope. Alibaba, no, not Alibaba. They are one of them, but not the top. I want to let you know they are one of them, but not the top. Thank you. I have as Amazon.com, no Azura, right? Now, Amazon.com, if you go into, this is where it goes triple fold. Now, I just want to let you know, for the last 6 to 7 years, okay, everybody is trying to get the population of the world to go online. Not successful. However, when the pandemic happened last year, it took only 4 months and the whole world has gone into this particular online platform. So with this online platform, we know that it is you know, oh, sorry, I just put into private chat, sorry. So I want to put it back to everyone. Just give me a moment. Everyone meeting. All right, sorry. Now, let me retype. For the last 6 to 7 years, you know, the world, the platforms have been trying to get everybody to use online, but failed. In the pandemic, it took only 4 months. 75% of the population in the world have started to use online. So you know that afterwards, when you do your crafting, you see that which area people will go now. I would like to, before I move on with this slide, I just want to let you know, your new abnormal can be as real as losing a job, number 1. Number 2, this curve is going down. It will never go up because, like I said, kerugian telah berlaku. So, bila kerugian telah berlaku, tak akan dia melebihi this. So, you all know that going forward, this is the new norm. Again, let's see. Okay, Vivian kata GrabFood. Yep, GrabFood is something that is in Malaysia, Alibaba and GrabFood. So this is a slide that I want to let you all know that 1 year, about maybe 1.5 years ago, we're here. Right now we are here. This is the new norm. This is your future. So why are you here is like VUCA helps you to build this particular mindset of where you need to go, right? Look at these losses. These are the losses in the entire world. I only picked the highest and the lowest. In between, you have that. Now, look here. Yeah? I'm not sure which area any you guys are in. Like, of course, you know, you have sports and stuff like that. This is in US dollars. Losses in US dollars. Now, This is, I took this is for as of last year. Can anyone guess, or rather give me an answer, kenapa sports is the highest in 2020? There's one particular reason. Anybody would like to just, if you want to shout the answer, please shout out, turn on your mic and give me the answer. Salah satu sebab kenapa sports in 2020 has 600 billion US losses. Thank you. Wow, not bad, huh?
Great reduction of sponsorship.
Yeah, that is partially, Fauzan, it is partially, but you see, sponsorship, like for example, you know, all the people who sponsor football, league and stuff like that, yeah, they are, but won't be up to 600 billion. Like you look at this, I think Azura, right? Let me see. Azura says, Tokyo 2020, Tokyo Olympics reap in a lot of losses because this is because of that now. Let me tell you how you charter your way forward, all those people in retail. Now, do you all know what is number 8 or not? You all know what is red light workers, right? Huh? Anyone? Entertainment. Okay. Puisi say is entertainment. No, red light workers is not entertainment. Anybody? Special entertainment. Wow. Why can't you be more straightforward to say that it is sex workers? Now, sex workers is a term that is universally used, nightlife, yeah. We in the human rights, they do not, I mean, this is in the United Nations human rights. They do not call them prostitutes or whatever bad term we have used, but it is sex workers is a universally accepted item. So can you just imagine, apart from airlines, apart from travel, this is only the top 10, there are like many more. So apart from benda-benda yang memang besar lah, restaurant, TV, film, hotel, so many, we also have to deal with social problems. So red light workers, these are all the sex workers, and they got nowhere to go. And that's where the government have to take care of them. We have all the NGOs. I am sure all of you pernah dapat rayuan dari WhatsApp atau kawan-kawan menderma NGO, you know, old folks home going to close down, orphanage going to close down. So just want to let you know that apart from corporate, we are also dealing with a lot of social problems. Now, having said that, let me point you in the right direction. Now, if your your strategic thinking level 1, dia kata, oh, I am in restaurant, therefore let me look at this. I am in retail, let me look at this. That is strategic thinking level 1. But strategic level thinking 2 bermakna, sports ada 600 billion losses, which means that there are opportunities. Why don't I just turn my plan to attack this? Hey, construction, you know, this is also part and parcel, tapi my business is nothing to do with construction. Let me turn it into. So there are 2 levels of thinking kat sini, ladies and gentlemen. Level pertama ialah you go on to areas that is directly berkaitan dengan kita, which means that I'm a restaurant, I look at restaurant. I'm in sports, I'm in gym, I look at gym. I am in airlines, I look at airlines. But what you should do is start looking at other areas that is not related. So this is what we mean by competitive advantage. So selepas ini, in whatever you all are looking at, remember, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, try to go on areas where you have not touched at all. If you are able to do that, then you are looking for opportunities. It's the same like Amazon.com. Okay, now this is where we talk about, you know, the effective losses, but so sad that, of course, you know, we have Malaysian Airlines, Air Asia, Pizza Hut, all the retail business, because it is a non-necessity. So when things are non-essential, this is where it has. But let's try to turn it away around now. We are not the only one in the crisis. I'm not alone and you're not alone. Whether you are bermajikan ke, you are alone ke, you know, hantar grab food, We are all in this particular area. But how do you get out of it is very important. So now, any questions up to now? Anyone would like to throw a question? Anything you feel that it doesn't make sense? Feel free, come on. Luca, I'm open for questions now. Just any. Fauzan, you have anything you'd like to ask? Lim, Linda, Saiful, Faisal?
Oh, not yet.
Not yet. Good. So far, so good?
Yes.
Okay, thanks. All right, let's move on then. Now, this slide is, of all the slides, this is the most important one to tell you how do you charter your cost forward. How would a person live in a VUCA environment? Now, guys, VUCA is not just about corporate. It can be also your personal life. Do you know that a lot of people sort of like have to do crazy things because they are depressed? And the sad thing is the suicidal rate has gone up when people fail in their business. It's because they find no way out of it. So in VUCA, these 4 items, volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity, setiap component has your action. Let's talk about volatile. Now, bila things in volatile, which means that sekejap A, sekejap B, sekejap A, sekejap B, they change. That's where, for all of you remember, in the corporate world today, people don't go for 5 years plan. They don't go for 4 years plan. They go for short and medium term goals that are workable. It has to be dynamic. So when you all set goals for yourself, just say you're selling cars. All right. Don't say that, okay, let's do a 3-year projection. Forget about that. Don't get into this. My plan to become to save my first million ringgit has stopped. Forget about that at the moment. I'm not asking you to throw it away, but don't worry about it because you are not alone. The right thing to do for all organizations today is set goals that are short to medium terms only. Short term can mean that it is between 1 to 3 months. You got to survive first, right? If you guys read this, let me just put an item down here. June 2nd, 2021, okay, Bank Negara published this thing called the 6R format. Okay, I'm not sharing it here because it's very technical, but this is in the Star paper. So in the Star paper, the Bank Negara and Kerajaan, they publish one thing called the 6R format. And this is the 6R format to tell people how to survive, resilience, growth, and stuff like that. Okay, that will be for people. If you're interested, then perhaps we can take it off sideline. I can tell you more. So remember, untuk mengatasi volatility, benda yang selalu bertukar setiap minit, your goals got to be short to medium term. Forget about the long-term goal for the moment until the whole thing is stabilized. Then, uncertainty. When you're dealing with uncertainty, benda-benda yang you don't even know what's going to happen next. Therefore, one of the things that you guys will do, like what you all are doing right now, the 50 or 60 of you seated here, is to learn, or rather to know, you see, less clarity about the future, a refreshed look at setting goals with to link with the dynamics of the market. You have to know what are the changes in the market. Which means that in bahasa dia kata kita kena rapatkan jurang untuk mengenal pasti perkembangan persekitaran. You cannot make a good decision with short-term goal if you don't know hell of what are the changes in the market. So let me tell you what are the hottest thing in the market right now. Of course, you all know what is AI? Anyone? AI?
Artificial intelligence.
Thank you. Artificial intelligence, robotics, big data, which I'm going to show you, analytics, okay? And very importantly, any one of you is in manufacturing is industry revolution 4.0. This slide, I'm going to, you're going to have one slide on that now. Kenapa AI is so important, let me tell you. Dulu, bijak intelligence tu bijak pandai. Bijak pandai is only used on a human being. Seorang yang bijak pandai. Then selepas tu, when people start to train monyet lah, gajah lah, dolphins, then kita kata binatang yang an intelligent monkey, an intelligent elephant, an intelligent dolphin, an intelligent tiger. Disebabkan sesiapa yang boleh menggunakan pemikiran sendiri untuk melakukan sesuatu tambah nilai, you can become an intelligent. So this, yes, Internet of Things, Kelly, thanks. Now, IoT is in this whole thing, yeah. Now, then right now dia kata artificial intelligence, bermakna bijak pandai itu tak wujud dalam manusia. It is in the form of a computer program. Now, good news is, hey, things are going to get better. Bad news is you're going to get replaced. Now, AI robotics is benda-benda yang dikatakan boleh, yang dia ada langkah-langkah tertentu. There are specific steps. Then a robotic can take over. Like for example, in a factory. Now, they have in the past talks about removal of appendix. Talking about like some ladies, you go for your laser, you do your eyebrow. All these can be done by the machine, dental cleaning and stuff like that. So everything that has a specific steps, that is like making coffee and stuff like that, has now been taken over by a machine. They are not about R2-D2 and Superman. They are about things that can take over a human being. Of course, analytics and big data, after you see, is all about blockchain and stuff like that now. How far are you from all this? You don't need to be an expert. Don't worry about, oh, I don't know this. No, at least you must know what is happening in the market. Let me test you with another term and see how many of you would have known this. Don't Google, jangan cheat. How many of you look at this in my chat room? How many of you know what is this term called O2O? Don't Google. Jangan tipu. Type in the answer, please. It's a term that, okay, Michelle, maybe it's the other organization to organization. No. Online to offline, thank you, pandainya. Fazura, do you mind coming onto the line, Fazura? I got your name right, Fazura? I keep on. Fazura?
Yes.
Hi, can you just quickly introduce yourself? Where are you from?
Hello, hi, my name is Faizura and I'm from Sikkom, Malaysia.
Patutlah. Faizura, would you mind explaining to the rest of our friends here, what is this thing called online to offline, if you know?
Actually, for business, now currently instead of, for example, for business, instead of we are purchasing from the store, most of us now purchase from the online store.
So isn't that called online purchasing?
Yeah.
How do you explain the word? Okay, this is role play. I'm not making fun. Then how do you explain the thing called offline?
Offline is just like in the physical stores that we are purchasing directly to the stores without. Yeah.
Okay, good. Thanks, Faizura. Anybody would like to add on to what Faizura has said? She has been so participative and her answer is always on the spot. Anybody would like? Saiful, Fauzan, Hanis, come. Any one of you would like? There's so many of you. Come on, just switch on your mic and speak. Just for the sake of discussion. What is this? You want to add on this thing called online to offline? Fazura is almost there.
My name is Muammar.
Yes,
I for some reason I cannot switch on my video. Okay, I can switch on now. Okay,
I can see now.
Okay. I've never heard O2O, but now I understand it's online to offline. Okay, it makes sense. But I'm just curious because Michelle Wong wrote offline to online. Okay, that makes sense. But Faizura is the other way around. So yeah, I'm wondering. I think I would thought that everything used to be offline. Now everything is back online.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so I'm just curious. Or is it there are things that to complete whole
Yes.
entire process.
Yes.
Yeah, you buy things online, but you still have to pick up. I mean, somebody has to deliver it. You know, it's not like whatever you buy from Shopee, for instance, you just pop out from your handphone or your computer.
Isn't that nice?
Yes, I would like to have that, or maybe I watched too
All
much
right.
Star Trek lah. So sorry.
Moma,
Okay.
you asked a very valid question. Thank you. So, is there a difference between offline to online and online to offline? It's like that. Online load, offline use. Moma, are you in KL? I mean, are you in a Selangor person?
I'm in Shala.
Okay, good.
No, I'm not. No.
Okay,
I'm
you
in Shala,
are
yes.
Shalam. Good. Do you know that there's one product that you use every day? Online load, offline use. Titit, 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 titit. Online load, offline use. What is that?
Online load.
You load it
offline.
online and you just, every time you pass something, titit, boy, RM2, titit, RM3, titit,
Oh
RM3.
yeah. The toll lah. Yeah.
Thank
It is
you.
toll.
Touch and go.
Okay.
Touch and go.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. You upload your e-wallet, touch and go. Yeah.
Thank you. It is actually usage of apps. So why do they say online load, offline use is mobile? So when people go into wallets, this is where it goes. Now, e-wallets is something that will kill a lot of things. Now, when all of us load our wallets with cash, you don't need the physical money anymore, correct now? So if we don't need to have physical money anymore, guess whose business is going to be affected? Kita tak payah cash dah. So siapa
The
yang
money
terjejas?
printing company.
Huh?
The money printing company.
As in banks,
Yeah,
cash,
banks.
ATMs, tellers, cashiers. Now, I just want to let you know, thank you, Penny Banks. Now, thanks, Muhammad, you've been very participative. When touch and go automated, dulu you remember or not? Bila kita pass touch and go, I really admire these girls that sits there for like hours, kutip RM2, RM2 non-stop. Tapi when they automated it, benda ni dah tak ada. Just take a guess, Muhammad. Kalau dari tip of the police to tip of JB, agak-agaknya ada berapa toll booth? Kalau kita drive from police all the way to JB, outlet itself dah berpuluh dah kan. Every time you go to a town, there will be 2 exit. So you have a lot of exit, and every exit there's sometimes the big ones you're going to have about 10 or 20 both. So for your information, when touch and go automated, there were thousands of people who lost their jobs. So this is where you see that why is it important that before it happens to you, you need to know a refresh look with dynamics of what is happening in the market. That's so important. Because if you do not know what are the development in the market, you won't know what is going to, number one, hit you. Number two, it's going to hit your industry, and then it's going to hit your job. All right. So this is very important in bahasa. Let me just reiterate. Ulang sekali lagi. Kita perlu rapatkan jurang dengan apa yang perkembangan persekitaran. You need to know what is or are the developments of the environment in order to overcome uncertainty. Okay, now I'm going to give you certain items where if you are really interested, you can go into this called bnm.gov.my, okay, and you go into bahagian statistik. You can find all the information there. So for Linda and Lim and all, if you want to know what is GIAN, if you want to know what are the things that is statistics spells with a K, now bnm.gov.my bahagian statistics is where you can all the information that you need to move, to link yourself to the financial world. Okay. Now let me complete. So dari bila benda tu change very fast, kita perlu you need to know what is happening in the market. Then you overcome complexity. Complexity ini, which means that there are too many unknowns. You are supposed to stay simple. Do not go into complicated. Do not have a plan that, you know, is really complicated. So complexity ini, which means that you memudahkan dari segi fahaman, dari segi execution. So this is where, in order, you have to be fast. You cannot have a plan that takes 6 or 8 months to plan. By the time you put this plan out in the market, you're going to lose out everything. So it has to be simple. And then the last one is ambiguity, bermakna you don't know. Serba salah. Left also can, right also can. Okay. Now ambiguous bermakna kalau orang boleh gunakan tangan kiri dan tangan kanan, they call it, you know, that person is ambivalent. Okay. Ambidextrous. So which means that bila kita masuk dalam situasi begini, then when you are too many answers, the main thing is you all, first thing today from when you go back is learn to challenge situations. Jangan accept bulat-bulat. Now, this is how you grow as a leader. So kalau I put everything in a box, which means that bila benda tu selalu berubah, kita gunakan short term. So in order to stay alive, you must know what is happening. In order to know what is happening, then you use that in a plan that is straightforward. And then if you don't understand, you need to challenge. So these are the 4 components of VUCA, proven that a lot of companies are doing this particular item. Okay, any questions so far? Right, so if you don't have questions, let me just move on. Now, so now we are going to go into this, how do we deal with the VUCA environment? So sebelum I go on, let me just say, I don't see any, okay, Puisi says that unable to search for June 2nd, 2021 6R format in Star. I'll give that to you in a moment, Puisi, if you can just note that. Maybe you can give me your email later. I can send the document to you. All right. So let me just stop share for a moment. For all of you out there, after listening to this half an hour talk, where do you think it really puts you? Okay, not okay. So are you still confident to face the future? Are you still confident to face the future with all these things yang, you know, that you have gone through? The things that you have listening to? Anyone? Just now you said that all of you are very, you know, you're ready. 80% says that you are ready to face the future. So now with all these things, your winning point is to keep what is happening in the market right now. Okay. Now, before I go on to the next one, I want to ask you this question. Okay. I know there are a lot of young people in this term. Can any one of you tell me what's the tiga benda yang paling terhangat and sekali di kalangan Gen Y? The top 3 hottest thing among the young people. Type it in the chat room, please. Social media, thank you. Online shopping, thank you. Bitcoin, YouTube, handphones, TikTok. Okay, I like that, TikTok. Yes, TikTok is very towards a lot. Izani, hi, can see you. Anything else? Social media, online shopping, Bitcoin, YouTube, handphone, TikTok, chatting. Food Panda and Grab Food, okay. You're not wrong, but they are not the top. Benda-benda yang that you put on is not wrong, but you are not the top. So let me give you the answer. And webinars, all right. It is also one of the hot thing, tapi bukan yang terhangat sekali. Top of the list is online games. Okay, number 1. So benda pertama is paling hangat di kalangan orang muda, which orang tua, like people like me, are also trying to do it with the online games. Yang kedua, you will be surprised that people are making money out of this. Drones. So kalau kita ada masa lapang, kalau ada, you know, you have an extra bonus ke whatever, it's good to try it. To see if you are, you know, to go, you can go into drones. Hey, do you know that you can make money? Eh? Okay. Okay, you have FB Live, you know, how? Drones actually is for, this is the latest, orang pantau, nak memantau things, monitor, traffic, floods, where it totally takes away the element of risk. You don't have to be there. You kalau nak tengok, you know, bangunan terbakar ke, air bakar, whatever, they can use a drone. So it is the hottest thing in the market. So which means that the delivery, drones normally don't do deliver, but drones can give you a very good way of doing, okay? You're talking about Zoom, yeah, whatever you all are putting, YouTube's, you know, live stream, you are right. But what I'm asking you is the top 3, at least, you know, when people, sesiapa yang buat product development kat sini, you know what's happening, yeah? Right, the third one, you will be surprised. Ta-da! Oh, I see. Puisi, I got you. So the third one is barista. Hang on, let me just type into everyone. Barista coffee. Now, online games pertama, yang kedua drones, the third one is barista coffee. Don't get me wrong, whatever you all tell me just now is right. Okay, thanks Puisi, it's happening in China, something new that I'm learning today too. Thanks for sharing. Now, drones and stuff like that, they are the latest thing. Can I just ask, how many of you actually went to Pavilion and see that AI bull during the CNY, the bull that jumps out of the screen? How many of you did that? They call it the AI bull.
I only saw it on news report.
You did not go there and you know? Okay, Farah says yes. Fauzan saw it on the YouTube lah. Yang lain tu? No. So this is called augmented AI. So in future, guys, ladies and gentlemen, in order to keep yourself updated with, because technology advancement is so important today, and it is also one of the things to overcome the VUCA part. All right. So this is what you all need to do. The loss of learning here, the AI bull is actually an augmented stuff that people are using it to do other things, like, you know, complicated situations that they need to solve. But generally, that advertisement is very, very, very expensive, right? So before I move on to the next part, any questions? Right. For the next part, I would like you all to switch on your mic and give the answer. You just have to shout out the answer. I would, kalau boleh, I would like as many people to participate as possible. Okay, otherwise you're not going to take home things, right? Okay, let's start with the next session. Okay, give me your cooperation. When I ask a question, I would want all of you. You don't have to switch on your video, but you can just shout. Just say your name and you can just shout the answer. Okay, let's move on. Okay, now here we go. Concept of VUCA. Now we are going, let me just let you tell you. Tadi we have gone into all these stuffs. Okay, this is VUCA. Ready to face. So after all that, you know, you want to still face the future, you know what are you supposed to do with this item? One, how to deal with the environment. Right, let's start. Can someone tell me what is the concept of changing goalposts? Come, anyone?
Never achieve.
Never?
Achieve.
Never achieve. Sekejap A, sekejap B. Sekejap A, sekejap B, right? Fazri? Is that what you mean, Fazri?
Yes.
Okay. Are you in a situation where selalu bos kata hari ini A, esok B, then after that lusa C, changing goalposts?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. I would say most of it, most of the time. So concept pertama, how do we overcome this, deal with the VUCA environment is you must understand there's this concept called changing goalposts. A, B, C. Dia selalu bertukar. So which means that you need to time manage the situation. This is called creating movable goals. And this is what we mean by flexibility. Can all of you please note, and you must note, mesti wajib patut tahu that changing goalposts is the right of the organization in crisis management. You cannot question, boss, kenapa semalam you asked me to sell 1,000 cars, hari ini you kata to sell 2,000 cars. It's their right. It's a survival game. So first concept, how to overcome VUCA is this thing called changing goalposts. Next one. All right, can I have one volunteer to switch on all right, maybe I will have Izani. Izani? Izani, can you switch on? Izani, I can't hear you. Are you there? Can you switch on your mic, please? You should have, comb your hair, huh? All right, Izani, introduce yourself, please.
Izani, I work from food industry.
Which one? Huh? Oh, sorry. Is it too sensitive?
No, organ bag.
Okay, good. Izani, I want you can see this picture clearly? Okay. Jika bos you kata Izani yang ini bujo, another boss kata Izani yang ini empat. How do you manage this?
So the recovery will be different.
I just follow. Yeah.
Tapi the real is the cylinder.
Yes, cylinders.
So boss kata no, it's bujo. Then the other boss kata no, it's empat segi. How do you manage a situation like that?
To fix to the truth one.
Tapi the boss tetap no Izani bujo.
Okay, then
no
we go
Izani empat segi. How do you go about that?
So we fix. Okay, we fix with the real situation first.
Okay, real situation is a cylinder lah.
Yeah.
Kan? Now,
the bujo also can go through with the cylinder one, and
yes,
the petak also can go through with the cylinder one.
So in other words, tiga-tiga ni benar.
Yeah.
Tiga-tiga situation is right.
Yeah. But the way how we go through with that one.
Okay. So this is called ambiguity. Sebab salah.
Yep.
Kanan pun boleh. So under VUCA, this is the A lah, ambiguity. So which means that bujo pun okay, empat segi pun okay. So kalau kamu yang duduk berdepan dengan bos, bujo ke empat segi ni? So you always, every one of us, when in an ambiguous situation, HQ kata no, you must do this. No, then branch kata no, you must do this. So therefore, you need to challenge. So untuk mendapatkan the right thing is, guys, please start challenging. But when you challenge tu bukan mencabar. Mencabar is a very, very negative word. Okay, you mencabar bos you become a problem. Tapi we use the word mempertikaikan lah, it's like a debate. Okay, boss, boleh tak I bagi pendapat saya? Boleh tak, kalau I boleh jelaskan? You go along that line. Now remember, guys, if you want to challenge, you must also be prepared to be challenged. So for all the bosses on this platform, jika kamu nak have this open door policy, you want transparent communication, you want to challenge your leader, but remember, you must also allow your lapisan kedua, ketiga to challenge you. If not, you cannot achieve this VUCA mindset. You got me? Right. So any other people? So this thing is about agile mindset. Agile tu bermakna you have to be able to switch, and there is no right or wrong answer. So this is item number 2. Okay. Lim, you want to add something to it from the perspective of your work? Do you normally encourage the people to challenge, Lim?
Usually we hope everybody can speak up according to how the situation is. I do not know. When I look at all these things, perhaps when talk to boss, whichever angle you look at it, you just follow the angle and speak up only.
Okay. You are also a boss, right, Lim? That you see when
second liner lah, yeah.
it's still you consider yourself as a leader.
Okay, okay.
So what I wanted to let you know, for all of you, it works both ways. So kalau kita nak mencabar atau mempertikaikan, you got to work both. You allow people to talk to you. You also need to talk to people. That's how you overcome uncertainty. Okay. All right. Good. Now let's move on. Now, next one. I would like to have another volunteer. You come on to the line. Okay. Since I have Farah, since you switch on your Farah, you don't mind introducing yourself?
Okay, hi, good morning everyone. My name is Farah from CED Corporate Consulting.
Okay, you CED Corporate Consulting. Farah, good. Now, when you look at this picture, okay, tell me I want you to give me one or two words yang boleh dikaitkan dengan gambar ni.
Yang boleh dikaitkan.
Bila you see this.
The person in danger situation.
In danger, okay, you see danger situation. Thank you. All right, let me go to the next one. Saiful, you are on the Saiful. Give me one word that you boleh kaitkan dengan this picture.
Control. The man control his what personality.
Personality, fear, emotion, kan?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Even in danger, he still look calm.
Okay, he looks rimas lah. His face, macam very in danger. All right, I have Fauzan. Fauzan, you there?
Yes, yes.
Fauzan, can you just give me one word that you can link to this picture?
Frustration.
Frustration.
He thinks he has no way out.
Oh, okay. He feels that he has got no way out. Good. Okay, good. Blue ocean. He thinks that he's got no way out. Right. Thanks to all of you. Look here. Why did you put in the word danger and risk? Is because you think that these are sharks. Kan? From small, when you studied, the teacher say draw sharks. Ikan jerung tu beginilah cara dilukis. Who told you it's sharks? It could be dolphins, right? It can be tumbuhan laut, right? Now, first thing you have to correct when you complicate matters A, VUC. I'm going to the C now. Kadang-kadang kita yang Kelly, thanks Kelly for your answer. You talk about blue ocean theory. Okay, do research. Yep. See from different angles. Yep. Now, kadang-kadang kita yang merumitkan situasi dia. Disebabkan you made a decision that these are sharks. So, bila kita kaitkan dengan sharks, oh, straight away danger lah, nak mati lah, nak survive lah. But kalau dolphin, the words are totally different. Kalau tumbuhan laut, the words are totally different. The fact here is when we talk about the question is, ladies and gentlemen, when you want to address uncertainty and complexity, do not jump into conclusions straight away. Sebab the moment you jump into sharks, all your words is relating to negative. You got me now. So that's where untuk mengatasi this VUCA thing, you just have to make sure that you have to manage the change. You have to start changing your current habits. From now onwards, anything that you feel that you're about to make a decision, and kalau you rasa, boleh tak yang ini dolphin? Don't make the decision. Just ask Ken, is this dolphin or are these sharks? The moment I tell you no, they're actually drawing. Your words are all totally different. So kenapa kadang-kadang when people make decisions in crisis, it's because they themselves interpreted the situation wrongly. Okay, so this is where you all got to note that when you want to interpret a situation yang rumit, kadang-kadang disebabkan kita yang menterjemahkan in our own way, you instead of helping you menjejaskan, you make it worse and you complicate the matter. So if I bring these three things back, number one, we are talking about this thing, how do we deal with the VUCA environment? First thing is you must have movable goals. You must be able to see things from a different perspective where you challenge, and you must ask if you do not understand or do not make an assumption. Okay, the last one. This is a very classic example. All right, can I have another Faizura? Are you there? I hope that there are other people who can come onto the line.
Hi.
Faizura, if you don't mind, give me an interpretation of how you see things of this particular picture.
It looks like people above us or leader keep fixing the subordinate.
All right. It's like your boss trying to tell you what to do.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you are trying to fix it, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Let me see. Saiful. Thanks, Faizura. Saiful, you there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Saiful, would you like to give your opinion on this picture?
This first time I see this picture.
Okay.
So I don't have answer for this picture.
Oh, okay. Now my Saiful. Thanks. It goes this way. Anybody would like to give it a try? Just interpret the picture.
I would like to try.
Yes, Fauzan.
Okay. So my interpretation is people with more experience trying to mold the people with less experience into seeing the world the way they are.
Bingo, on the spot.
Yeah.
People with more experience. So, Saiful, for your information, yeah, I respect what you said. That this is the first time you're seeing it, but okay lah, I know it's just role play. This one is perfect lah, sebab everything is in place. So bermakna seseorang yang tahu, maybe you are the head of department, head of legal, head of IT, head of account. In your world, everything is perfect. You tahu semua. But you must not forget that when you are teaching, like what Faizura said, when you're teaching someone to fix it, this guy is keliru. Then sebelum dia dapat dia punya steps in order, they are trying to fix. Itu pun, you have a lot of other boxes out there yang kena diikatkan. So the fact here is, remember, one of the way to overcome VUCA or how do you achieve results is, remember, collaboration. People is your main resources. So focus on the people, manpower in the organization to bring yourself through. So there are 4 elements: people, you talk about interpretation, we talk about ability to challenge, and we talk about goals. So this is how you deal with the VUCA environment, right? Let's move on. Now, this is what I would like all of you to take with you. Now, this is triggering changes in the business and behaviors into digitalization. Just now, I talked to you about AI, robotics, big data. How many of these terms do you recognize? So you can actually take a snapshot of this. Now, which means that this is all the things, they are already at you can do a screenshot. They are already at our doorsteps. The fact that it triggers change and transform business and is expected to change behavior that affects the system. So it transforms the business. This is constantly transforming and it's going to affect businesses as a whole. Okay, so I just want to let you know, I'm not going to go through all the details, but I'm not sure whether if there are any IT experts seated here. This is all the things that we are, or some of you are already working on it. So one of the things about under uncertainty is kita kena rapatkan, jurang kita dari segi perkembangan semasa. This is what I am talking about. All right. Now, then remember, in all organizations to be successful, the structure needs to follow the strategy, which means that the strategy must come first. Then only you adjust your structure. So what happens when the strategy follows you cannot have the other way around. So structure bermakna rangka kita perlu ikut strategi. So bila you ubah strategi, you kena ubah rangka. So this is where we talk about one of the item is for all the bosses seated here, structure must follow strategy. Now, then you have these three terms called business acumen is tahu tentang bidang kamu. Commercial orientation is the big picture. Calculated risk is decision. So dia ada tiga fasa. Kamu tak boleh buat a good decision if you don't know about your business or your area. So this is always, there's 1 to 2 to 3. So kenapa kadang-kadang people can make very fast and good decisions sebab dia serba tahu tentang industri. Dia boleh tengok commercial orientation is big picture. So gabungkan dua-dua ini bila dia buat keputusan, it's almost a perfect answer. So these are the three terms that I would like you all to know that in terms of VUCA, these three terms are very important. So if just say Fauzan is a very senior person, I will use terms like, his business acumen is good, his commercial orientation is good, he can make calculated risk decision. I don't want to talk about Fauzan, about time management and report writing, no. So ladies and gentlemen, just be careful, or rather just remember, when you are a senior, you are leading a team, you are a leader, these are the words they use to manage you. But if you are junior, orang baru masuk kerja, they normally don't use systems. They use things like time management and planning. So ada dua benda dia jauh berlainan. So if I cannot say that Fauzan, just say Fauzan is a VP of HR is good in time management. No, it cannot do. It doesn't go tak masuk akal. But if kalau Fauzan is VP in HR, then I would say things like he has got commercial orientation and he make calculated risk. So be very careful about the words that are being used in your appraisal right now. So this is where we talk about unlocking your mindset. So is it easy to unlock your thinking pattern? So I would like to see, thinking pattern is the cara kamu berfikir. So Barry, can we launch the poll again? Is it easy to unlock your thinking pattern? Which means that cara kita fikir, senang tak kalau kita nak ubah? Okay, overthinking can make it worse, right? Definitely. Coaching. All right, a lot of people said that it's not easy to unlock thinking pattern. But there are people who think that it is easy to unlock thinking pattern. 35, 65. $66, 34. Bermakna, is it easy to change the way you see things? Kalau kita dah negatif, senang tak kalau kita nak positif? Kalau kita dah positif, are you easy to influence be a negative person? Okay, good. So we have that, almost 65% of the people said it is not easy. Thank you. Now, as one of you said that, okay, everybody is different. It is not easy to unlock thinking pattern. So if I bring you back that, since last year to now, we are always living in this negativity. Wow, the variant, Delta variant, Alpha variant and stuff. Semua boleh membunuh. And then some or other we get affected. You're not supposed to. As far as you're concerned, focus on what is right now. Let me just see, again, I want to, this is the reason why kita kata agile. You're supposed, VUCA will help you to be agile. You look at this picture, this is not just the lioness taking on the bull, it's not. This is like competition. Agility bermakna berdaya upaya to handle someone equally big, to handle a situation equally complex with you, because this person can turn around and kill her. See, or if this person needs to have this, so this whole thing is, but agile tu macam monyet, dia boleh survive with the mouth, the tail, the legs, even the hands. So you are supposed to VUCA. With the moment you understand this concept of VUCA, it will help you to build your resistance. Now, I'm going to skip this for a while. Now, all right, I want to play this game. Now, I want to, I don't want you to type it in the chat. I want to hear your voice. Come, work.
Work hard.
Work hard, thank you, Puizi.
Work
hard, work smart.
Work smart, thank you.
Work right.
Thank you
Work
so
right.
much, pandainya. What is this thing called work right? So I'm going to Shazrina, right? Would you know what is this thing called work right, Shazrina?
I think it's the combination of work hard and work smart.
Work hard and smart. You are almost there. So let's park this. This is actually the mindset. All right, next one. 6 letter, 6 alphabet, global plus local.
Local.
Again?
Local?
Local.
Local function. Local. All right, function. Would you mind telling us what is this thing called local? Oh, did I get your name right? Gayub, right?
Guyup.
Guyup. Thanks. Sorry. Would you mind explaining what is this thing called local?
Yeah, I think we have expertise from everywhere, but we also understand the local situation from our existing surrounding.
Thank you. So bingo. Guyup, if you don't mind introducing yourself, where are you from? You know, which industry?
I'm Guyup from Jobstreet Indonesia.
All right. Okay. Good. Thank you. Guyup, he is exactly right. Global strategy, local taste. I give you an example. McDonald's. If you go to New York, you will never find rice with bobola, right? If you go to just say like Pizza Hut, we have rendang, we have sambal, because that's a taste of Malaysians. We like pedas and we like hibitis. But if you go to Pizza Hut in New York, you won't find things like that. So banks, organizations, retail, hotels, they all go into this. This is actually a strategy. Last one. You know what is this triple W? Anyone? You read this every day. www.https.
World Wide Web.
Thank you. World Wide Web, Muhammad. There is a 4th W.
Oh.
What is this 4th W? Things you use every day, but not WhatsApp, huh? Come on, all the Gen Ys, all the young and energetic people. Anybody would like to give it a try? Puizi?
No idea.
No idea. You use it every day. Not WhatsApp lah, huh?
I guess I'm not a Gen Y.
Aren't you? From the way you responded, you seem to be very, very on the ball with what's happening. Want to give up or you still want to choose? You want to try? Are we going to sit here to 12? Huh? No, okay.
Oh,
wireless web. Now, this is actually the strategy. Okay. Now, these 3 things are not for fun. It is a combination of all these things. Mindset plus technology will give you the strategy. Your job is not to worry about the strategy of the organization unless you're the CEO. Your job is not to worry whether I can go with online, offline apps. You just have to follow. Your job is just to make sure that you think right. So just now, work hard, work smart, work right is a mindset. That right means that you must know what is happening in the outside world. Then you must also appreciate that whenever your organization changes its strategy, you got to go along. That's where you got to be prepared with this thing called mindset. Having said that, there are 6 words that I would like you all to take away in order to prepare yourself for future. 1 is your ability to anticipate. Okay, Farah, dalam bahasa anticipate itu apa?
Dalam bahasa Saya macam mana nak explain lah.
Explain je. Anticipate. Anyone?
Menjangka.
Menjangka, thank you. Meramal, membuat anggaran. Dan think critically, it's when bila kita dapat membuat jangkaan, then when you're in the situation, you can be fast. Dan bila kita dah buat keputusan, you kena menterjemahkan whether you made the right decision. Dan decision tu selaras tak dengan apa yang kamu nak, dan kalau tidak, you have to learn. So these 6 words, they call it 6 habits of strategic thinking yang boleh membantu kita to overcome or to help you to get into this thing called VUCA mindset. All right. So now let me just get back. Now I'm going to open it up for questions, and I would like all of you. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and after I'm going to leave you my contact, or rather you can contact Barry. But right. So okay, Lim says that the battery is low. She needs to leave. No problem. All right. I am open to questions now. Any one of you would have any questions you'd like to ask me? You must actually know what is hottest in the market. Suka tak suka, there's one more thing that you need. You must read this thing. This 2020, 2021 budget paper. Now, like I said, you're not here to judge whether the government is going which one, where. Okay. Thanks, Fauzan. I highly encourage all of you just to go back into the Bank Negara and read this thing called the 2020-2021 budget paper. Sebab dalam every action of the organization is here for you all to move forward. So it will help you to sort of like manage the situation. All right. Do you have any questions?
Ken,
Yes.
we have a request from Fazri to feature the last slide once again.
Sure. Give me a moment. Are you talking about this, Fazri? Is this the one? Yes, right. Anticipate, think critically. Fazri, you got any questions you want to ask me on this? Please feel free. All right, good. Now I'm going to stop share. I just want to find out if do you have any questions so far? I have 44 participants here. Saiful, yes. You got a question?
No.
Okay, good. What about the rest of you? I think Linda, who is this? Lim has left. Fauzan say he's away for a short while. I think Puisi has been very participative. Thanks, Puisi.
Thank you.
Puisi, where are you from again? Just now you may have not introduced yourself.
I'm from Pakistan Credit.
Oh, also Pakistan. Okay, good. The whole team.
This is not retail. This is for credit industry.
All right, Pakistan Credit. All right. Okay, you
Yeah,
give
we
short-term
provide
loans.
loans.
Okay.
Yes.
It's like microcredit, right?
Like Aeon Credit.
Ah, okay, okay. Okay, a little bit like money lender.
Yes.
I do a lot of work for this industry. Some of your competitors, in fact, most of your competitors. Anything you would like to ask me, Puisi?
Leadership management or?
Both coaching, like for example, market dynamics, coaching, how do they develop new products? Because for all the other banks, social financing is coming up very, very fast. So you have a lot of competition out there, but anyway, it's a good market too. Very thin margin though.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Right. Any other questions, ladies and gentlemen?
Maybe Ken, I just have one question.
Yes, Penny.
I think like you say, mindset is difficult to change. The thinking is quite difficult to change. In your opinion, is there any tips that, you know, it can help some of the managers or leaders here to kind of like help their employee to change their mindset?
Okay, good. Thank you.
I know it's not a short process, it's a long process. Perhaps where can they start?
Okay, good. Let me just start with all of you first, yeah? Now, you have a mindset that I do not know how it was built. Like Penny, if you have been working for the last 10, 15 years, the mindset is already like a cement block in your brain. We are all the same. So if you want to get out of this particular cement block, you find, number one, if it's work related, you find a coach. Okay, coach gives a 2D, two-dimensional feedback. Okay. Okay, now this, let me just type it in. Dimensional, okay. Coach gives two-dimensional feedback. A mentor gives you three-dimensional feedback. Now, if you really want to get out of this thing, you can't, please don't go and ask your wife or your husband or your mom. They cannot tell you. Because the closer you are to that person, the more biased their opinion will be. You need a third party to straight away tell you, Penny, I just felt that just now when you handle the situation, you could have done it this way, because I am coming from a third party. I would not, I don't fear hurting you. So for the people of all of you, remember, coach is work related. You can, like for example, if I tell my lapisan kedua, okay, kerja ini tak sempurna, I'm only attacking on the work, your report and stuff like that. But if you want to go further, you do this. So this is for yourselves. For the staff, you need to go into this thing called coaching steps. So there is one, I'm not upselling or cross-selling, but this is in the market. These coaching steps will tell you about feedback, comments, resistance. So this is how you will help to change a person's mindset. Now, bear in mind that, let me see here. You have coaching, you have feedback, comments, okay, and resistance. Now, coaching and feedback and comments, these are steps that you can follow. And remember, there's one more thing, Penny, you brought a very good question, is don't forget you are dealing with this group of people. Gen Y and Gen Z. They are a different breed of animal altogether. I use the wrong word. They are different breed of people. Gen Y don't think the same way as you and I do. If you're Gen X, their visions are very different. They are the people why Starbucks survive. They are the people why IKEA survive. But if Starbucks depend on me, they will never survive, because I don't believe in spending $17.50 on a cup of coffee. Because we are very rational people. Our brought up is very different. So to answer Penny's question, in order to help you all, number one is please talk, you have to start looking for these two person. Coach is work related, your boss, definitely. Mentor is outside work. Then, but if you want to talk about your staff, then you got to go and learn this thing called coaching technique. Coaching will break their mindset barrier, and it's not easy to break a person's paradigm, let me tell you. Because like me, if I have been having this paradigm for the last 30, 40, 50 years, you cannot come and tell me, no, you can't change. There's no way you could have done it. Okay, Ahmad Zakwan has. Recently, I heard from my relative, Malindo Air going to reduce their staff and asked to go unpaid leave. Okay, using the concept we discussed just now, how they are going to survive business. That's a very good item. Zakwan, if I call you. Now, all of you need to have this thing called second skill. Okay, you have to start building a second skills, which can be as simple as cooking. Right. So how are they going to survive the business unit? Majority of Malaysians are vaccinated. Number one is, like I said, remember, Zakwan, I told you just now that the new norm may mean losing a job, and this is exactly what it is. How a person would survive a situation like that, and like I said, the worst is going to come. For all of you, please, 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 maybe you should start thinking about getting a second skill. Do not underestimate the recipe that your grandmother has, because that could be your survival game. I give you an example. Over the last 1 year, there are people, husband and wife lost their job together. What a pity, but they're very resourceful. Because the husband, one of this lady that lives around my house, she does excellent laksa kedah. And all she does is she provides among this taman has about 200 houses. The husband will every day about 11:30 use the motorbike and deliver, and they're surviving. And in fact, they're surviving very well. So the second skills can be anything. To give you an example, when I was in the bank, I was a banker, but I developed my second skills as trainer because I love to talk. So Zakwan, in order to help this person, the other one is also Deon Kata reset the goals. And this one got to go do fast. So because sometimes if you do not reset your goals fast, you may just lose out in competition. Let me tell you another thing. A lot of people who get out of their job, they get a lot of money from the bank, from the employer. Sometimes ratusan ribu. But they need to know how to invest. That's why I said you must know what is happening in the market. So when you know what is in the happening in the market, then you're able to survive. Okay, very good question. Okay. Any other questions? You just got to be prepared. I am not an exception. You just have to adjust. So the best thing to do now is, of course, to keep cash. Don't, if you have things about ubah suai rumah, tukar kereta, forget all about it. Just keep the cash. This is not the time to spend any extras at all. So setakat memadai, menampung, good enough. All the rest of the thing, you have to keep it for contingency, because we don't even know how this whole thing is going to end. But some of the indicators did mention that we are on the way back, but let's not take the chance. You got to be very prepared. Okay.
Ken, maybe
Yes.
I just want to pose a quick question. In your experience, right, when a company is first faced with this particular VUCA environment, what is their normal reaction?
Resource management. When they are into the VUCA, the first thing is cut costs. So sometimes people cut costs, may or may not be doing it right. I give you an example of VSS, MSS, and then all the good people leave. So whatever that's left behind, they can't survive, and that's where the service goes down. So the first reaction that the first reaction that people do is they first must understand the resource management part. Who are the people you need to build? But you would see that the funny part is a lot of companies are using their funds to build the skills of the people. Now, again, I'm not upselling or cross-selling here, but we see that there is an increasing amount of people trying to go into EQ training. EQ, kawalan emosi. Sebab when in downtime, selalu kena marah from boss. Marah, I would use the word marah sebab KPI. Tak dapat jual. Then bila benda tu tak dapat jual, then of course dia rimas lah. What am I going to do? Am I going to lose my job? So merunsingkan. So instead of helping dia menjejas ataupun merumitkan the whole situation. So we go into a lot of all this EQ training. So very good question. Linda kata, if everybody keeps cash, how will the economy move? Linda, to answer your question, I'm not talking about all the cash, but then if there are extra cash, well, I'm fine, go ahead. But what I'm saying that, if you are already looking into you already correct dalam your emergency, then you're not supposed to simply spend. So we have to really, really spend wisely. And of course, kalau bumbung dah bocor, you got no choice lah. Kalau, tire puncture, you got no choice. Tapi selagi boleh, then don't lah. Because you got to give yourself perhaps maybe like 4 to 6 months, your short-term plan. And you see, hopefully, once there's this thing called game changer. We call it game changer. Game changer in Malaysia sekarang is, of course, political. I'm not going to talk about, no comments on this. The other one is, of course, the pandemic. So this too is going to be the game changer, which means that benda-benda yang boleh mengubah seluruh dia secara keseluruhan. So this is the political part, and not long from now, we're going to have our October budget coming up. So I highly, highly recommend all of you to keep yourself very updated with the perkembangan semasa. Please be careful also with fake news. because that can affect your emotions a lot. Every day when you read the 5,000 case, 4,000 case, mula-mula you jump, but after a while you don't even bother about it because it becomes norm. So now like I said, the new norm for the whole organization or everybody it could be as bad as losing the job. So start planning, and I would say reset your goals. VUCA is an environment that we cannot control, but you have one controllable, that is your action. So you have to go along that line, coach the staff, build the second liner, build a trust so that the whole team is together. Okay. All right.
We've got a comment here in
yes.
what you call it. KJ mentioned yesterday that another Bantuan economy will be announced.
Mm-hmm. Yes, hopefully, but it will also be up to whether you get the Bantuan economy or not. Like, we've got certain sectors. Now, all these stuffs are what the government is trying to do. They call it, let me just use this word, expansionary measures. Okay, expansionary measures is trying to make people spend. So that if I mean, Lim is partially correct. Like if every one of us skip the money, then nothing grows. But we still need to keep the money for necessity. One of the biggest industry that is affected is the petrol. So instead of buying petrol, 4 or 5 times in a month, right now you can buy once and then the car sits home and not move at all. So this is toll gates, everything is affected. But of course, hopefully this Bantuan economy will help. So the main thing now is, I suppose, to take care of yourself so that you do not get sick, because your support system is very important. Take care of your EQ, yeah? Okay. Do we normally get to follow up with them, or you all have their contacts, right? So if there's anything you guys need about this particular topic, I just want to let you know again, just to put things in perspective. If it is for senior people, the briefing will be different. If it's for junior people, you may have something. But what I've given you today is a combination of everything, and it can be broken up into many parts. The second part, how do we deal with, is all the soft skills part. How do you build your EQ to challenge and stuff like that? So those are very interesting concepts to learn. All right. Any more questions? Who is this? There's a link there. Is that for your opinion?
That is what you call it, a link that was shared by Feng Xin, and it's an article at Star saying 6R recovery plan raises.
This is the one that I'm talking about, Puisi. This is the one that I'm talking about. Resilience, talking about resolve, resilience, recovery. Then they also have the 6. It's a very interesting item. I didn't want to share it here because it will be quite very technical. Unless you are already in areas where you are into finance, then it makes sense. Otherwise, I don't want to bore the rest of the people. More than happy to discuss it with you. Good. Right. Any other things?
Do you have any other questions from everyone?
I hope this one has been informative. And I hope that you guys are following.
Maybe just one more thing.
Yeah.
Okay, personally, I felt that when I looked at that particular slide of yours where there was like 3 versions of the truth.
Okay.
That particular one jumped out at me, and I was just wondering what's like really the best way to address something.
You got to build your skills, Barry. You're talking about the pre-pandemic, present, and future, right? And the slide keeps going down, whereby I said that it will never surpass because kerugian telah dialami. It's already out of pocket. So if you're talking about Petronas or banks, it's already out there. They already have the losses. So in order for you to go in, number one is, of course, we will say that you cannot stop the organization from throwing you out. So the main thing is you got to be prepared. Keep yourself abreast. Always remember, must know what is happening, and not all those gossip, who divorced with who. No, I'm not talking about that. Or who jumps off the building. But you must know what are the developments. Like, for example, things like maybe you may need to have, this will be a good item for you to go. You have this AISingapore.org. This is where I just type it in, FinTech Weekly. Okay, LinkedIn, Clubhouse. So all these are your avenues. AISingapore.org, you can be a member. FinTech Weekly, you can be a member. LinkedIn, Clubhouse, you can be a member. Okay. There's also another one that maybe some of you are into this. ITL, Insurance Thought Leadership. So, okay. So you can go in. All these are membership driven. So once you are there, they will send you information all on and off. So this is where I would THOUGHT. Okay, ITL. So there are 5 items down here. AISingapore.org. You can be a member. You can know what's happening. FinTech, definitely, they tell you everything that's in the hot in the world, including Bitcoins and things like blockchain. LinkedIn and Clubhouse is for you to have this networking. And Insurance Thought Leadership gives you very up-to-date information about as latest as last month, what's happening in the world. So for the people here, if you are doing budget financing, or you want to know how, like maybe Puisi, if you want to use some of these indicators, Insurance Thought Leadership is very, very up-to-date. Be a member, they will send you information on a weekly basis, but make sure you read them. Okay? Good.
So keep updated.
You can't run away from that, and be careful with what you read in Facebook and Insta and Twitter, because some of them could, well, I don't say it's fake, but it represents a person's opinion. It's not proven. So if you go along with that and you make decision, you are likely to fall into a trap. All right, good. So if there's any need for you to contact me, you can always go to the organizer. More than glad to answer questions if there's anything. And I really do hope that this almost 2 hours is worth spending and worth sitting. Like I said, I'm giving you a touch and go situation, but it's not really in depth. So if there is a need for in depth, please contact the organizer. Right, any more questions?